So, welcome to the sort of the virtual twin of what you've just sort of seen previously. You saw the virtual factory. What you saw was the packaging area. You saw the tank levels and so on. You were demonstrating the error proofing, and also it's quite loud. And also things like the andon and error coding. What we're looking at here now is that you should be able to see all of that in the digital environment. And what we've done is it's basically just on a web browser. It's not an application. You can see that you can find the same information looking on your tablet or your phone or whatever you want to use. So let's have a quick look at the type of modes that we've got on here. So first of all, you can teleport into the sort of different areas to jump around and sort of see what you're looking for. Again, this is usually for someone who's trying to support remotely either something that's been a breakdown or whatever. If we want to sort of elevate ourselves so you get a better view of the plant, you can go into more of an elevation point of view. And then depending on the overlay, you can put like a heat map, you can put an OEE map, you can put whatever. You can basically sort of see what's going on in the plant. And obviously as the robot moves, you should be sort of seeing different actions taking place. So let's focus a little bit more about the diagnostics and the monitoring. So if we go into the reset position, you can see that you can call up the head-up display just with a couple of combinations of buttons. And if we put the andon overlay, you can sort of now start to see the state of the machinery effectively in real time. So we've only got like a second lag or whatever, but when the robot starts to move, you'll actually see the robot moving physically here. But again, to get into a bit more detail, if we go into the diagnostics mode, you can then point to, for example, the robot or the workstations, and it calls up the data that's coming from that device. Now, we're not doing anything new. This is data that's already in the PLC. Yeah? All we're doing is just presenting it so that you can actually see it. So you can things like quality, you can see cycle time, anything that you would normally just see on your normal HMI. But of course on the HMI you've got to go up, you've got to dial this, that and the other. Here it's a quick click and you're sort of starting to bring that sort of information. Again, some of that sort of stuff it's all great, but to sort of go into a little bit more detail, what we want to do is if we move towards the tank area, so here, okay, you can sort of see a set of tanks, which is fine, but what we want to do is find out what's going on behind it. So what we've got is this opacity level. So when you click on the tank, you can effectively strip away some of the sort of shell. So you can actually sort of see inside it. So for example, you can sort of see the levels, you can see the other movements if the motor's spinning. And the reason for that, again, is all of that is just information that's already coming from the PLC. So you're just presenting it in a way that people can use it and abuse it. So that's the sort of general demonstration. Have we got any sort of questions and any thoughts? You know, bearing in mind this is a product that's coming out of research, so we're sort of starting to see the applications of it. A lot of the components were developed from the Crema project. We as a company saw the benefits of this and we've actually implemented it into our product. So again, it's a little bit difficult to get people to think about putting in on these crazy masks and do all this crazy work. But if you think about what the information is that you can actually glean from it and how quickly you can do it, then that gives you the advantage on that side. This sort of stuff we're sort of thinking about, and we're just sort of seeing what the sort of market is. So again, probably in about 5 or 10 years time, it's a sort of thing that we could probably be looking for.